In this video, we'll discuss how to deploy Intuiface experiences to the web, one of the innovative features made possible by Player Next Gen. All player references in this video are to Player Next Gen. Let your Intuiface account rep know if you'd like to get your hands on it. Let's start with some great news. There's nothing special you need to do in Composer. Create your experience just as you would any other. Under the covers of the web browser, Player will be playing your experience, taking care of everything. You won't see Player, the experience will just run, but it's still doing the job. However, keep in mind that web deployments have a small set of feature limitations, so be sure to check the list. Once the experience is ready in Composer, publish it to the Intuiface cloud. It is this published version of the experience that you'll be deploying to the web. Great! Now we need to examine the two licensing options for web deployments. Your option choice will determine some critical experience characteristics after deployment. Intuiface offers two different licensing models for web deployments. The Views licensing model should be selected when you have an audience of an unknown size and there is no need to support offline use. This license permits a particular number of views, which you can think of as the number of times the experience can be loaded in browsers anywhere in the world. There is a base number of views you can purchase, and you can buy more as needed. If the web browser's device goes offline, the experience will cease to run, just like most other websites. The player licensing model should be selected when you target a finite number of known devices, or if it's important for the experience to run even when a browser is offline. For this model, you use the same license Player uses when installed on any of its supported platforms. If the web browser's device goes offline, the experience will continue to run. The industry refers to this type of experience as a progressive web app. Deployments with Views licensing use an on-demand approach to loading media, meaning media is only loaded when they need to be displayed. The result is a fast experience launch, but an inability to run offline. Deployments with Player licensing will download all media for the entire experience before it launches. This makes for a slower experience launch versus Views licensing, but grants the ability to run offline. Okay, let's say you've made your licensing decision and have purchased a View license or have available Player licenses. It's now time to deploy. Head back over to the Experiences Details panel that appeared when you published your experience from Composer. Select the very rightmost tab named Deploy as a web page. You'll now see two tabs, one for each of the two licensing options we discuss. It defaults to Player licensing, so choose the Views licensing tab if that's your preference. For this lesson, we'll stay with the Player licensing tab. At the bottom of each tab is a Create URL button. Click it. Regardless of whether you're using Player or Views licensing, the only required step is to hit the Save button. Hitting that button will deploy the experience and assign it the URL automatically generated and displayed in the URL field. If you don't need any customization, you're done. However, there are a few customization options you should consider. At the time of this recording, some options are planned but not yet available, so what you see may be broader than what we discuss here. First, we highly suggest you create a custom slug. That's the part of the experience URL that appears at the end. Creating a custom slug will make the URL memorable and supportive of your company brand or project. Second, give some thought to how you'll be using that URL. Will your experience be a destination with its own web page, or will the experience be embedded in a larger second web page? If you'll be embedding your experience in a second web page, turn on the feature Permit Use in iframe. Finally, unique to Player licensing are two additional configuration options. 1. Retention duration. This is how long the experience should run in an offline environment before preventing its use. Choose the length of time that makes sense for your deployment, keeping in mind that a Player license on an offline device cannot be freed until the retention duration expires. 2. Permit installation. This feature enables your experience to be installed and run outside of the browser, a feature that is unique to progressive web apps. It will look and act like a standalone app. You can even pin it to your device's desktop, and it will inherit the retention duration of the original web deployment. Congrats! You are now a master of deploying experiences to the web.